Welcome. It's my great pleasure to have Ari Zoldan here with us today. Ari, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Great to be here. I'm super excited. A chairman of Quantum Media Group. We're a media and marketing firm. We're based in New York City. I'm also a regular expert on Fox News, CNN, and CNBC, covering technology, business trends, and entrepreneurship.
Terrific. Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. Today we're here to talk about Be Kinder, and our mission is to inspire people to act in a kinder fashion towards one another, towards themselves, towards strangers. I know that you have done a lot of kind things over your career. Can you hit a few highlights for us today?
Sure. So it started for me about a decade ago, and my business, I've always, outside of working with clients, was always interested in the startup space. And I first found that working in a collaborative fashion, well, today as an entrepreneur and certainly being involved in the startup space, you need to work in a collaborative fashion in order to be successful.
Humans have to collaborate.
We have to
right?
collaborate.
No man is an island.
It's true, and it's so much less today about competition, more about collaboration, because there's so much competition out there today. So we're forced to collaborate, and out of collaboration comes kindness. And we need to help each other. And even if it's from a self-serving perspective, yeah, I want to give because eventually I'm going to give back. I believe that's the wrong formula. I think you need to give unconditionally, and I think that's important. Whether it comes back or not, I don't know, but at the very, very least, it's just important to give.
Well, one of the things we like to talk about is the mere act of giving is reinforcing. When we give, we automatically feel good. So even though it may not come back in business or someplace else, that mere act of giving makes our nervous system feel happier, calmer, and we're improving our health just in that simple act. So giving is essential really to any success or to a feeling of well-being. Tell us a little bit specifically about what you've done to give to others.
Sure. So I spend about once a month overseas. All over the world. I spend time in Asia, Africa, South America, Central America, and many parts of Asia. So every time I'm overseas, I try to donate some sort of technology, because that's what I've been doing.
It's your area.
It's my area, so I'm very, very familiar. So if it's in underserved areas, if it's in Uganda, in schools, providing computers, if it's in Haiti a couple of years ago during the massive earthquake, providing cellular equipment so people could communicate via telemedicine. So always always in war-torn, distressed countries, and adding, whether it's human capital, some expertise, or technology. I find that like what you said, it's chemically induced to make me feel good. Exactly. So maybe from some perspective it is self-serving, but at the end of the day that's okay because it helps other people.
Well, you know the way I like to think of it? Win-win.
Correct.
Right? You
Correct.
win and they win. And
Correct.
that's the way I think we should try to have all of our relationships be win-win. And that's what we'd like to impart to our viewers. So when you go over there, of course you're helping people. Everything you bring helps them, but you also help yourself. So it's a win-win. And a lot of people don't have the experience to give like that. And we actually have to feel badly for them that they don't have that powerful and meaningful experience. So you're so fortunate that you get to travel all over the world to do these things and to be impactful. You're a very blessed man, and it's wonderful that you do that. How has all this giving changed you?
Well, certainly, I mean, you pointed something out that was very interesting, which I never thought about it. It helps me feel good. And I'm now realizing almost from a chemical perspective, again, whether it's part ego, which ego plays a role in, I think, in everything we do, that's made me feel good. And I have seen it, and although I wasn't looking to profit from it, but I've also seen it come full circle. And that wasn't the initial goal. It just so happened to be. So I'm certainly very, very grateful. And I do feel whatever you put out in the world, and again, it doesn't necessarily come back to you, but it may come back to you sideways, or it may come back to you indirectly. But it's important to give without the expectation of ever receiving back. And I think that's the highest level of giving you can do.
I think that was Princess Diana said that, right? Rest
That's
assured
right.
to be giving that someday something will come back to you in some form, not
That's
a direct form, and oftentimes, as you say, not in money. But money is just one medium of exchange, and we certainly can't base our success, our failure, our happiness, not happiness, just on one medium of exchange. There's so much more to it. Going to sleep at night knowing that you've impacted somebody in a positive way, that you've made a difference for somebody, really feels so good and allows you to get that good night's sleep, which then allows you to get up the next day and do more and more.
Correct. And I think what, you keyed on something very interesting. I think it's about, before you help other people, you must help yourself first.
High five.
Right?
You got our
There we
message.
go. There we go.
You got
And it's
it.
about sound body. It's about taking care of your
Absolutely.
mind and your body, because you can't be effective in helping somebody else. It just doesn't work out. I think you need to be strong. You need to be concrete. You need to be self-confident.
You
And
need to
then
be
I
well.
think you need to be well.
You need to
And
be
then
well.
that's infectious.
Right.
Right? And then that spreads.
Right.
And it's not something that's concrete, but it's something that, like what you said, it makes you feel good, and it's infectious. And every single person in this world has the capacity to be able to do that.
Everybody does, but people who take care of themselves can do more, right? And you've worked very hard to get where you've gotten, and therefore you have an ability to give so much more. But what we want to tell people at Bekindr is that everybody has the capacity to be kind, and they can start with themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're not in a good place, then be kind to yourself. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. Make sure that you get proper nutrition. Stay away from toxins like alcohol and drugs. It's perfectly a worthy goal to take care of yourself. Once you're feeling better, then it's easier to give to other people. And that's where you talk about that cyclic nature. So once I feel a little better, I can give to other people. Then I get that, giver's gain or helper's high, and I release those endorphins and positive chemicals, serotonin, etc., and you just feel good. And that then inspires other people to go out and do the same. So kindness is contagious, and it's very important. That's why we've got you here talking about what you're doing, so other people can say, you know what, I want to do that. I get to travel. I can go to places like that. I have things to give and inspire others.
And but it's also a journey, and they say, especially in the world of entrepreneurship and business, people say, oh, it's business, don't take it personally. I've never heard of anything more incorrect than that statement. Oh, if somebody offsets somebody, or someone's mean to somebody, or someone takes money, oh, it's not personal, it's business. It's exactly the opposite. Everything that we do is personal.
Sure.
Right?
We're people.
We're people. And
We're people.
if I take money from you,
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
personal.
going to take it personally, So
It's my personal money.
There you go. Or I'm going to take, oh, don't take it personally, it's just business. No, everything that we do in our DNA is very, very personal. And especially being an entrepreneur and working in that space, that's the core of what we do.
Absolutely.
And that is so important.
Ari, I'm really inspired by what you're doing. You're going to difficult parts of the world, seeing things that might be upsetting for you, but you're flipping it around and you're making it a positive experience for the people you go visit. You're making a positive experience for you, but most importantly, you're changing the world. And that's an inspiration, and I hope that you can continue to do this for many, 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 many years to come, and to just continue expanding your impact and your reach. Thank you for taking your time to be with us today, and
Of course.
we wish you all the best in your future ventures.
Thank you so much, Dr. Edith.
Thank you.